Hello, 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 and welcome into my channel, Skies and Flora. My name is Shaka, and if you're new here, welcome in, and if you are coming back, then welcome back. Thank you again for watching, and if you do like what I'm putting down, please do like, share and subscribe, and I really appreciate your support and also your feedback. So as you will see from the title, this is a Summer Solstice Special. This is a midweek reading, and this week we've just had the Summer Solstice, which is the longest day of the year and the shortest night of the year. So it really marks a real turning point. So I thought we'd do something slightly different for this week's midweek reading. Usually I ask a question, and this is still a question, but this is really about soul path, because each of us have really specific karma. There's this natural rhythm. Obviously we have the movement of the planets, we have everything that's happening in the natural world, and this all affects us and our own rhythms, but they may affect us all slightly differently. So I've got two oracle decks. We've got the Moonology cards, which will be really just talking about kind of what energies are we working with personally at this time, and then the Sacred Traveller oracle, which kind of talks about what's our direction, what's our journey, where are we going to, like what is it we can do to transmute our specific karma and help it energize our path forwards. And so this we're just really looking just generally at our path, our general karma, what it is we are working with specifically, and the cards will just explore that obviously in more detail and look how that can help us with our next steps and the next stage, because like I said, you know, the summer solstice really marks a kind of turning point. It really is a time of, I've said this before, and I said this in the why what do I need to know on the 19th of June. It's kind of like the Seven of Pentacles card. It's a time for reassessment. We've planted seeds, we're sort of seeing what's coming up to fruition, and it's a time of refinement, and it's a time for reaping, and then also for seeing what's working, what isn't, where can we refine, where can we hone in. And so let's hope to draw this out in the reading today. And as always, got three decks. I always say this as well, sometimes I'm noticing some repeat cards come out in all the decks, so if you feel drawn to more than one deck, then also please do that also is a call-in as well. So there may be cross messages in all piles, and we'll just see what comes out. So I'm going to stop talking now, so yeah, just take a moment to tune in, connect to your heart, and just connect to that question of what it is you really need to know for your path at this time. What is it, the specific energies you're working with, and what would be helpful for you to know right now? And tune into that. And then we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And then when you're happy and you're connected, we'll begin. Okay, so welcome in pile number 1. Let's just get a Moonology card first of all. We'll see what comes out. I'm just going to let these fly out. So what is our specific energy that we are working with for pile number 1, please, Spirit? What is the specific energy for pile number 1, please? Okay. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Okay, so this is all about home and hearth. New moon in Cancer. You are safe, belonging. Okay, so let's see. And we're about to move into Cancer. So, oh, we are in Cancer now, officially. Cancer season. Happy birthday to all my Cancerians. So let's see. So what advice? So this next oracle card is the advice, the energy that we're working with. What can we look towards? What can we look towards? Okay. answering the call, the time is now. Well, that's definitely a call to adventure. So part number 1 is the Star Tarot, and you had the Celestite stone on that. So let's see. Okay, so this really feels like this is very Cancerian energy. It's very interesting because Cancerians are like, you know, really about home and like very like to stay comfy and cozy, and really, you know, because it's a shell, isn't it? It's a really protective thing. It's a real you know, the crab is, you know, is in its shell, and it's creating like a little you know, a little home, a little protective home. And there's a call in here. So it's an answer and a call. This reminds me of the Ace of Pentacles, this card here. You see there's a woman and there's a door and there's a path outside. So there's something asking you to come out of your shell, asking you to come out of your, maybe a little comfort zone here, yeah? And come on and be called to the adventure. So let's see what the cards say. Pile number 1. What is this adventure? What is the calling, please, Spirit? Pile number 1. Let's see what comes out. This is my magical deck. Really love this deck. So it's a little magical journey then. Let's take that. Beautiful. We've got the sun. All right, 9 of Swords. Okay. All right. So that's normal, yeah? That's like, you know, expansion, invitation, and that's this time. There's a little bit of anxiety around this, yeah? Which is, of course, yeah? That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so let's see. All right, take that. Oh, strength, beautiful. You've got the strength, you've got this. 9 of Wands, you've got everything that you need. You've got everything that you need to take these next steps forward. You really have faith in yourself. You know, this 9 and these 9s are connected here. Let's see, one more, please, Spirit. What is the call to adventure here? Okay, let me take these. Ooh, lovely. We might get clarifiers. Let's see. So we've got the 4 of Swords and then the Emperor. Okay. Oh, I'm going to be honest. It's just straight away, the energy that I'm feeling from these cards is so beautiful. Oh, this is such a really special time for whoever I'm speaking to. It may not feel like that, but it is. Yeah? You really are in this real alchemical process of discovery and expansion, and it's scary. Yeah, it is scary. You've got the 9 of Swords here and the 8 of and the Strength card, sorry. So it really, you know, this is talking about really you know, it's requiring a lot of you. It's going to require something extra. But the Sun, expansion, positivity, happiness, joy. This is your answering of the call. There's a knock at your door saying, I want something more from my life. I want something more from this path. And this is, you know, and I always say that the calling is the call to initiation. It's the thing that sort of says, okay, I'll take that first step on that path. I'm going to take that first step. It's the thing that, you know, is it the, whatever that first step may be. And if it is, you know, like, you know, whatever it might be, is it, you know, arranging to save a little bit more money? Is it, you know, filling out that application form for that job or for the course that you want to do? Is it the, you know, having that difficult conversation with somebody that you love in order to change, you know, change a dynamic? Or is it, you know, is it about, you know, moving away from a situation, moving towards another one? Is it about, you know, putting the house on the market, leave it, you know, whatever it might be, booking those tickets to go to that place that you've always wanted to go to, you know, whatever it is, it will be very personal to you, and it's something you really want. It's something that you know is good for you. There's a I can't remember the person who said it, but there's a question we should ask when we want to do something and we feel like there's a bit of anxiety about what, should I do it or not? Should I? And there's fear around it, and that fear can sometimes muddy our motivation to see clearly and to take the action. And sometimes a helpful question is not, is whether or not this will be expansive. Is this going to help me grow, or is it going to make me small? So when we're in those times, and that's what I say, it's a very exciting time for whoever I'm speaking to, because it's a call to expand, and that's not easy. Yeah. So although there's a lot to be gained, sometimes there's loss as well. And so this is like asking you, what can be gained from taking this journey, even though there's a lot of fear around this. And it's really interesting because here in the Star Tarot, it's not usually depicted like this, but they're walking by the moonlight. And the lion is walking her. So she's walking with the lion is leading the way. And I feel like that's saying, spirit is with you and is guiding you. So it's a little bit like, feeling like moon vibe here, card vibes here as well, which is like, moving with the feeling rather than what you can see. But you do have the sun here. So there is vision, there is, what you want. And there's also a little butterfly here. So this is about transformation and changing and evolving. And this is about overcoming your fears. And then you've got the Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, so this is just about healing, yeah? This is just about healing. This alchemical process, this using our wounds, using what we've been through, using our unique, and I say, unique karma. We're all unique. We all have our own specific lessons that we learn throughout our lives. And this is your chance now to use your lessons and create something. The Emperor, he's a venturer. The Emperor is a venturer. It's active. It's Mars energy. It's active. Like, it's go. It's time to do. It's time to make things happen. It's time to, put my money where my mouth is. It's time to put, action behind my words, action behind my desires. But you've got the Four of Swords here. So this is about healing. Yeah. So there is some, I want to say more integration, actually, rather than healing, because these are Wands energy and the Emperor's kind of feels moving and active. So this feels more like integration. This is kind of a spiritual, like I said, a kind of spiritual alchemical process that's taking place for you, where what you've been through, your lessons, these things that have caused you that worry, that fear, that intrepidation that says, oh, I don't want to come out of my shell. What if, that question of what if I fail? What if it all goes wrong? What if I, a laughing stock? What if I embarrass myself? What if it all goes wrong? What if it, all of those what ifs, but what if you fly? What if it's the greatest thing you've ever done in your life? And that feels like the question. That's the other side of the question, yeah? Of this, of like, it's all going to go wrong. This is the other side of like, well, actually, I've been through this. I've had these lessons in my life. I've got through that. You've made it through. You've done it before, and you can do it again, yeah? And this is really used specifically. Because you've got the two wolves here. I love, again, wolves and lions. These are our companions. These are our people that give us strength through the journey. And you've got them both on either side. And that's the dark and the light. That's the light and the shadow. That's the this and the that. That's the polarity. Bringing that together and integrating. So, like I said, with that Four of Swords, that feels just like an integration of your lessons, whatever that may be, from your past, from your childhood, from your experiences. Learning what specificity, or how that specifically affects your path, to learn how to move forward. And then you've got the Emperor, which is you on your throne, taking action. And I love it because now you've got horses, yeah, horsepower. That's about moving forward. That's energy. That's even want to say ego, actually. In the positive sense of like, that's you making a stamp on the world, stamping your unique calling answering the call. You and your loved ones are safe. You are safe to take this adventure, whatever that may be. You know, and it doesn't have to be a big adventure. And I say big in, you know, it could be something that other people's, you know, whatever it might be. But for you, it might be a big thing. Yeah. You know, even just booking a ticket, even booking a flight to go somewhere. Maybe you're traveling alone for the first time. You know, I did that like years ago, and it was really like, it was such a big deal for me. You know, and people do that every day. People do it like, you know, that's their thing. But for me, that was such a big deal. So, you know, again, that's what I say, we have our own personal karma that we work with. So whatever that is for you, and it may seem really big, but I really just feel like saying, you can do it. This is a really magical time for you. You've got all the resources, you've got the knowledge. It's just time to integrate, build your confidence, trust in yourself and trust in spirit. Allow the sun to call you. You know, the sun is this warm, expansive energy that really allows us to take off that shell, take off that cover. And that's what I feel like you're being asked to do. And once you do that integration, that healing work, which I feel like you're already beginning because you're already asking this question. So you've already begun, and really that is the first step. And then here we have the horsepower, you know, ready to, like I said, put your stamp on the world. And that's what we need. More people coming into themselves, integrating their own personal lessons and bringing that wisdom into the earth, or bringing that wisdom to the world, and to the rest of us. So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates. And again, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know in the comments below, and have a happy summer solstice, and I will see you again next time. Hello and welcome in pile number 2. So we're just going to get a Moonology card to begin with. So this is the energy that we're working with. Again, our kind of specific karma, let's say, or our specific energy that we're working with at the moment. So pile number 2. What is the energy? What is the energy we're working with in our path at the moment, Spirit? Pile number 2. What is the energy we're working with? Okay. Confidence is the key to your success. Lovely. New moon in Leo. Okay. And so that's the energy you're working with. So maybe you're working with building your confidence. I love this. I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to get another one because I didn't ask the question, but it's just so lovely. It's such a lovely card. We have to keep it there. All right. So what's the advice? What's the journey? What's the journey, please, Spirit? What's the journey? Where's this confidence going to take us? Okay, we've got infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Beautiful. All right, so this, again, is really interesting because in pile number 1, it was a new moon as well. So this is all about, you know, manifesting, creating, making. Abundance is pouring into your life. Love flows through you and to you. It's beautiful. This is these are both very, well, this is like Empress energy for me. This is obviously like strength card, and this is also like strength card. So it's like this heart, you know, love is abundance. And I always say, like, love is also what gives us the confidence to grow. You know, it's very difficult to grow. You know, like that friction is part of our growth. But there is something about, you know, the warmth of love that allows us to really be who we are and really reveal ourselves. It reminds me of, like, you know, you ever meet like children. I mean, this happens with adults, but, you know, with children, and then, you know, you meet them and you speak to them and they're so shy and they don't want to talk, and then you know, the parent says they're not shy. Like, they're not shy at all. But when they get comfortable, then they're just, then they're just happy and bubbly, and then they just, all they want to do is talk and share and play. And it kind of feels like that. It just feels like just a little bit of love and light, basically, pouring in for you to embrace this part of yourself in order to create more abundance in your life. Yeah. So let's see what the cards are saying. It's beautiful. This is really positive, really lovely energy here. Okay. So pile number 2, Spirit. Page of Swords. Yeah. So it's learning again. This is like a 4 of Swords. Okay, so this also feels like with the mind as well. So there's some kind of, let's see, so learning. If you're going back to uni, college, it's kind of been a little bit of a nesting time, a little bit of time to kind of, you've been, sometimes when, they say that, like the seed, when you're planting that seed, when you're doing that growth work, it kind of happens underneath the surface. And that's what this feels like, we've sort of been working behind the scenes. But you're getting ready to, bring this to the world. So let's see. King of Wands, yeah, ready. King of Wands, again, that Leo energy is just like ready to put it out there, to fully embody. I'll take all of those. All right, what else, please, Spirit? Lovely. 4 of Wands. Yes. Tower. Okay. Okay, one more, please, Spirit. Okay. 6 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So what's going on here? Okay. Okay. So, like I said, what I'm seeing here is this kind of real, kind of going to the ground. And that could just be a reassessment, as in, sometimes we have to go back and sort of lick our wounds a little bit, do a little bit of integration, or that literally means going to study or doing something in your own private time. Not many people know about this. So whatever this is something you've been doing quietly, sort of behind the scenes. Not everyone knows, but you're preparing something. There's a preparation here. Healing taking place, of course, but with the Page of Swords, that feels more about learning. Like you're sort of putting some pieces together, growing something, learning something, yeah, like gathering your resources. For the King of Wands, ready to put it out there. Ready to put it out there, ready to go for it, ready to really, stick your neck on the line and, and forge your path. 4 of Wands, celebration. This is energy. But there's something here around being afraid. So you're afraid a little bit of your own power here. Because you got the Tower. So you're afraid, because this is really like this King of Wands and 4 of Wands here, right? This is like powerhouse, like putting it out there, and it is expansive, and it is like, it's fun. Like I love it in this particular deck, it's all about celebration. It's like, yeah, like I'm on top of the world. It's confidence. It's, this is confident. I mean, those two together, that is confidence, and that is, again, confidence under the light of love. This is something that's like joyful because it's wholesome, it's happy, it's healthy, it's good, it's true, it's beautiful, it's connection, it's life, all of these things. It's really positive. There's a little fear here, as always. These are our fears. You're afraid for that, or you're afraid to you're afraid that this is all going to go wrong, or you're afraid, or this has happened in the past, where you've put it out there and then it all went wrong, and then it's like, then we've had to like, all kind of go back to the drawing board. I'm feeling like I feel like this is going to be different this time, because you've got the Six of Swords, which feels like, oh, we're on the rocky, you know, again, like coming out of the tower, like rocky. Oh, can I hold it? And like, just please get me on solid ground. Just get me on solid ground here with the Queen of Pentacles. So let me just get some clarifiers on that tower there, please, Spirit. I'm feeling like this is a fear more than. This is your fears. This is not real. Yeah, this tower here, in this here. This is really about your. This is a fear. Yeah, you're worried that this is what will happen. You're worried that things will go wrong when you put it out there. And it is. I'm not. You know. Let's not pretend. It is scary to put it out there. It is scary. You know, to put your neck on the line and go, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Boy, and you know, you've got that lion, you know, a lion there in the background, lion there. You know, this is, yeah, like we have to be brave when we're putting it out there. We need that lion-hearted spirit. But remember, the lion isn't about raw power and strength. It's, you know, the lion is the love. That's the expansive energy. That's the energy of love that gives us the courage to do things that we think, I'd never be able to do that in a million years. I haven't got the confidence. I can't do that. And this is you kind of like, you've been gathering, yeah, but it's time now. Because this is very small. It's a necessary part of the journey, yeah? It's when we plant the seeds, like I said, below the surface. This is the incubation time. This is when everything sort of starts to, you know, take shape. And now we're growing above the surface, and it's now time for this. And this is your King of Wands and Four of Wands, slap bang in the middle. But you're afraid of your own power. You're afraid of your own power. You know, because this is, you're very powerful. And it is scary. But you mustn't be scared. You've got what it takes. So let me just get some clarifiers. Let me just get some advice on this tower, please, Spirit. Some advice. Oh, lovely. The Fool. You mustn't. That's what I mean. This is a new start. It's different this time. Yeah? It's different. You know, if you're thinking, oh, but last time I did it like that, you know, it was, the Fool doesn't have all of that. Yeah? Trust yourself. You've been doing the work. It's ready now. It is going to take courage. But you've got it. You've got the abundance, and that's, you know, Queen of Pentacles is abundance as well. Like I said, I always say she's my minor arcana of the Empress, and like I said, I kind of saw the Empress here as well. This is about creation, creating your abundance in the light of love. So this feels very much like something that's close to your heart, something that really, you know, it gives you passion, and whatever that might be. I don't know why I saw books and publishing here. I just saw something about books, because it kind of feels something really quaint and unique, and special. The world needs it. And maybe this is why maybe that's why they're studying. So this is your fear around, oh no, it's all going to go wrong. Oh no, you know, I'm going to put it out there and it's going to, you know, and I get it. But this is the Fool now. You've got to trust yourself. Yeah, and take that leap of faith. You know, Six of Swords says you know, you're being guided by spirit. It's different this time. Queen of Pentacles, you're going to create that abundance. So if that's like a venture in work, or, you know, something where you maybe have to put a little bit of money down, or it's your energy actually more than anything. Actually, I feel like actually here it's your energy that's being asked to be, you know, you're asked to invest your energy more so than your money. You're actually being asked to invest your energy, invest your time, and I feel like this is going to create a lot of abundance for you. Really beautiful energy. Whoever I'm speaking to, just really trust yourself. Is really what I want to say. Is trust yourself. It's different this time. It you know, you may have had some, you know, knockbacks in the past, but you've done the work. You've been doing the work. You've been really, really honing this. It's time now. You have the courage. Spirit is with you. And confidence is the key to your success. That's really all you have to do, is believe in yourself, trust in yourself, put it out there. I know it's not easy, but you can do it. And Spirit is guiding you. Trust that. And you're going to build this pentacle. Yeah? Queen of Pentacles, this abundance. It's pouring in, and love as well. Yeah? So voyage of the heart, something that's really close to your heart. And you know, that's what we need in the world as well. You know, this is a really pivotal time in our history. We need more people in touch with their hearts and their work pouring into the world, you know, from their heart space, creating meaning yeah, more wisdom and love in the world. And I feel like that's what you will do with your work. And you just need a bit more confidence, a little bit more faith in yourself. So go for it. I wish you all the very best of luck. And do let me know if that resonates. And thank you again for watching. And I will see you again next time. Okay, so welcome in pile number 3. So I'm going to get some Moonology cards. Again, I've shuffled already the cards. So let's just tune in. So what's the unique energy that you're working with at the moment? Okay, pile number 3, please, Spirit. What's the unique energy at the moment? What's your unique... Disseminating moon, disseminating moon, time to breathe out. So I feel like maybe you've been working quite hard, and so maybe this is a time to take stock, yeah, take rest. Might be a time to be reassessing, find a bit of stillness here. Feels like it's been a lot of like I'm feeling like, oh, there's a lot of action behind this, and now it's time to let that settle, integrate. Yeah, so let's see what the advice is. Let's see what the Sacred Traveller says. So again, pile number 3, please, Spirit. What's the advice here? What's the journey? What's the advice? What's the path? What's the journey? What's the advice? What's the path? Ooh. I'm not going to take all of those. What? What's happening there? So, what is the path? What is the advice? Mystic healer. Lovely energy, healing energy flows through you. So this is a healing time, yeah? This is a healing time for whoever I'm speaking to. So number 3, this is the Osho deck, and that's the Larrymore stone, which is a beautiful, beautiful stone. Only found in the Dominican Republic. It's my soulmate stone, to be honest. So let's see. Breathe out, mystic healer. Okay, pile number 3, please, Spirit. What does pile number 3 need to know at this pivotal time? This summer solstice. What is the energy at this time? Pile number 3, we need to know. Existence. Lovely. So that's the Magician in the Osho deck. So this is a time for, okay, ripeness, manifesting. Okay. Okay. They're just flying out now, which is good. Playfulness. Comparison. This is lovely. Again, beautiful message. One more, please, Spirit. Pile number 3. Okay. The Rebel. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm going to get some clarifiers of this mind, but I really feel like I already know what this is saying. Okay. This is lovely. I really feel like this is a pretty simple message. You're manifesting in a big way right now. You've got big ideas, big dreams, big hopes. Like I said, you've been working really, really hard. But I feel like there is this thing about sort of stepping back a little bit, because I think there's just some tweaking, yeah? Just things that we could do to make this a lot more enjoyable. Because you've got this playfulness in the middle. And there's just a few things I think that are just about you know, the rebel, just breaking chains from this mind, this comparison. You know, you've got these two sword cards here. You know, one is talking about, I love this. It's like, this is the oak tree and the bamboo. And we know the bamboo doesn't compare itself to the oak. The bamboo doesn't think, oh, I wish I was like that. You know, the bamboo does what the bamboo does and the oak does what the oak does. So why do we as people, human beings, we all compare ourselves to others? We all think we should be alike. And we don't, we're not alike. And I think there's just still a little bit of, it's got to be like this. It's got to be like something that you've, and remember, like, our mind is our programming. Our mind is what we've, what our, environment or experience has passed down to us, and then it solidifies that as truth, and it isn't. And this rebel is like the breaking away. So that's like the rebel is in the again, this is a major arcana. So this is the emperor in traditional tarot, but here we've got it as like, and I think this is really speaking about, because the emperor obviously, it's very of our world right now, very of our patriarchal, world that we live in, like in terms of like, the masculine at the helm, presiding over, his dominion. It's very hierarchical. And so it talks about, I'm feeling a little bit of Hierophant energy here as well, even though this isn't the Hierophant, but it talks, talking about like kind of establishment, the way things are usually done, the way things have to be done, and all this kind of thing. And it just feels like there's some breaking of that, because, you're doing this slightly differently, and maybe you're looking at other people going, I'm not doing it like that, so I'm doing it wrong, and there's something must be wrong with me. And that's just your mind playing tricks on you. You need to just to break away like this. I love this in this, so beautiful depiction. He's breaking out of these chains. The chains are being broken. So there is something where your emperor energy, or your, your entrepreneurial spirit, your, presiding over your dominion, your work, your path, is requiring you to break a little bit out of the mind, these mind that tells you, I should be like this, I should do it like that, oh, I'm not doing it right because I'm not doing it like that person. And this is saying, no, you can do it how you do it, and still be successful. And that actually is what I consider the definition of success, particularly for the new paradigm. That's why this is the rebel. That's why I like the Osho, because it turns everything on its head. It kind of makes us look at things slightly differently. And really that's what this time is asking us to do. Is to take what's been established and, break out of what isn't apt for us going forward. You're a mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. Healers come in all shapes and sizes. So it might be, you're a hands-on healer. It might be that you're a pastor, or you work in the spirit, or you do something very, very overtly like a healer. But healers come in all walks and shapes and sizes, whatever that might be in the world. And so again, that's why I say, like, in the established order, success looks like, just making lots of money, or doing, I don't know, whatever it is, like buying a car that whatever it is, being able to live on a yacht, or I don't know, whatever these things you're supposed to want as a billionaire or a millionaire, and all of these kinds of things. And I think that there's something about breaking out of that, that success looks slightly different, because there's a healing energy moving through you. So there's a healing. So this is success. There's that have you seen that saying? I'm gonna add it actually in the comments. I'll add it in the comments below. But that saying, the world doesn't need more rich people, or the world needs healers, storytellers, people who are taking a slightly different path, but that's success. That's what the new paradigm of success is. So if you're looking around thinking, I'm not a success, it actually might be that you very much are. You've got a very specific thing that you're bringing into the world, and it's about breaking those chains, and breaking this idea in your mind about what should or shouldn't, what it shouldn't look like. And there's a playfulness here. This is fun. Like, this isn't as serious. Like, it's very rigid. Our current paradigm is very rigid, it's very science-based, it's very like, and nothing wrong with science, I'm not knocking it, but it's just very rigid. Whereas this just feels like a little bit more freeing up, yeah, what success might look like, what that self-expression might look like. And this exhale feels like this isn't a fighting for it, striving for it. This is like, coming into who you actually are. That's the exhale, and I've said this before in other readings, in yoga, the exhale is when we soften into our posture. That's when you really feel your body in the posture. That's when it connects, is on the exhale. The inhale is the active principle. The exhale is the surrender into the position. And this exhale is like you surrendering into who you really are. You are a divine healer. You've got something magical and healing and beautiful to bring in the world. It is going to be a success, but it may not look like somebody else's success, and that's okay. And this is beautiful because this is like your playfulness. This is like you enjoying it. Look, you sprinkling your magical dust into the world, like you bringing your magic into the world. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. That's what's going to heal the world as well, is people bringing more of your magic, your specific magic into the world. I love this. This is like, you made a wish upon the star. This is the magician, the manifester. See lovely this little this person on this lily pad looking out into the stars. That's your stars, your wishes. There's a shooting star here, and that is the purest essence of our desires. Isn't just the grasping and wanting because someone else has got that, so I should want that. It's really the pure essence of like the desire that's planted deep within your own heart. And what is that for me? And the ripeness is like allowing that to come to fruition. And I feel like that ripeness is saying something is coming to fruition. This is where you are. You made a wish upon a star and you've nurtured it. Like I said, you've been working very hard at this, I feel. So this is something that you've already put a lot of energy and effort into. This is something that's coming to fruition. And like I said, I feel like this is just more refinement. Enjoy it more. Enjoy this process a little bit more. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is unique and special to you. You have something specific and magical to bring into the world. Don't let the mind play tricks on you and take you back into this, it should be like this. You're breaking out of that. You're going to be setting a new path. The rebel. Love it. Breaking the chains. You see the chains around his feet? He's breaking away of that. The mind. This is very rigid. You know what I mean? And then, it stops the flow of creative energy, the mind. Yeah? And it like it's the mummy, it ties us. It's very, very... inhibiting. It inhibits us, and this rebel is breaking away those chains, and that's what you're doing, and it's playful. It's not necessarily a confrontational energy in terms of that rebellion. It's a personal, internal rebellion, against the programming of the mind, against thinking that your journey needs to look like anybody else's, and really enjoying it and having a playing with it. Really coming into being who you are, who you truly are, and trusting that you are healing, and you also are bringing healing through your own healing of this mindset. By you shifting that, you are also bringing that healing energy in the world, no matter what it is you're doing, whatever your role, whatever your work, whatever your your career or your purpose, whatever it is. But when you're healing the mindset of your career, it also means that whatever you're bringing into the world becomes a healing energy. And I love it. You've got the little owl on the tree there, so it's about wisdom. It's wisdom you're bringing. Anything else? I think that's it. I just would say, you know, commend your hard work already. You've done a lot, but it's just about refining. Again, enjoy. Break away from those chains. Doesn't have to be like this. You can be however you want it to be. Tune in to yourself. What's true for you? What feels right for you? That's your path. And that's what's going to bring more healing energy into the world. Look, I just got shivers up my right hand side. So whoever I'm speaking to, it's a very important message. And I hope that resonates. I hope that made sense. Like I always say, please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.